Hey everyone, we're joined by Bob Hamley, the Vice President of Lacrosse Operations, the General Manager for the newly named Panther City Lacrosse Club. That was an announcement that came down earlier this week. Really exciting for DFW, just another sports franchise that is going to be a part of the DFW sports team. And Bob, Fort Worth now has a lacrosse team. How excited are you, and how excited are you sensing that the DFW Metroplex is?
It truly is exciting, Jared. It's been a great week. I've talked to a lot of people in the lacrosse circles in Fort Worth, in the DFW area. Really excited about the brand and the game of lacrosse that we're bringing to Fort Worth. I think people are really going to enjoy our athletes and what we're going to do from a grassroots standpoint as well.
Some people hear Panther City and they think, oh, Fort Worth. Other people like, I don't understand the connection. What can you share with us about the connection between Fort Worth and then the name Panther City?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Our owner, Greg Bibb and Bill Cameron, have really rallied around Panther City. If you don't know the story, a long story short, Fort Worth was fighting back in the late 1800s for traffic and of course business, and a Dallas news reporter, I guess, wrote an article saying that it's so sleepy over in Fort Worth that there's a panther sleeping in the city square and nobody even knows about it. And the city at that point rallied around that and that article and the panther, and of course now you go through Fort Worth and the downtown, you see the panther statues. Police officers on their badge on the top of it have a panther. So we're putting out that rally cry around our pro lacrosse team and Panther City Lacrosse Club, and so everybody can identify with our city. And of course now Fort Worth being going to be the 13th largest city in the U.S., growing by the day. It's really great timing, and we're going to really succeed with rallying around our great city of Fort Worth.
Yeah, really excited to have Panther City a part of the 105.3 The Fan family as well, as they get set to, join. They have joined the National Lacrosse League season. The first season will be about a year from now. Bob, from a roster building standpoint, how does that work? What are the steps now to actually fill the Panther City Lacrosse Club with lacrosse players?
Yeah, no, great question, Jared. And the first thing will be an expansion draft, just like any other expansion draft in any other sports. We will be able to pick from the 13 existing teams. We will be able to pick one player from their unprotected list. So they'll be able to protect so many players plus a goalie, and so we will be able to take a player from each team. So that'll get us 13 players at least. And then obviously free agency is a big part of our sport as well, just like any others. So there will be some unrestricted free agents and restricted free agents that we will, work hard to try to bring in. And then we have a college or a junior entry draft after free agency that we'll have another 6 to 8 picks, and we'll have the first pick overall in that entry draft. So there's another, 8 players. We have a roster of 23, 24, depending on how many we carry on our practice roster. So that'll fill our team, and we'll be looking hard throughout the U.S. as well for players that may not have taken a chance on our league or taken an opportunity. We'll probably have a tryout for those players because we really feel that the U.S. player pool has been untapped up till now. There's a few, and I think it's growing, but we really want to take advantage of that too. And there's a lot of great athletes out there that can play in our league. They just have to take the time with us, and we got to show some interest.
Well, if there's a tryout for bad lacrosse players who played in 6th grade and haven't played since, let me know. I'll be the first one to lace.
Well, you and I can play against each other then, Jared.
So, Bob, I want to ask you about the National Lacrosse League, just for people to kind of learn about the league. But first, this is box lacrosse. I think people maybe when they think of lacrosse, they're going to think of the outdoor brand of lacrosse. This is a really fun, exciting, fast tempo style of lacrosse. What stands out to you? What's important for people to know about box lacrosse?
Well, I think you can sum it up. It has something for everybody, Jared. It really does. It has the speed of hockey. It has the contact of hockey and football. It has the offensive schemes like basketball. If you're a fan of basketball, we have that along with the shot clock. And so we play in an arena just like the hockey players do in the NHL. We play on turf, and we're going to be playing at a Dickies Arena. And I don't know if anybody's been in that facility yet. It's a world-class facility, just gorgeous, and a real intimate setting right on top of the players. But it's just so fast-paced. And the one thing about the National Lacrosse League, Jared, that people don't realize, this isn't semi-pro to another league. This is the best box lacrosse, indoor lacrosse league in the world. These are the best players. And, a lot of our league is built from Canadian kids that grow up playing it. Just like myself, when I was a kid, we played box lacrosse after they took the ice out of the arenas. But it's really got something for everybody. And it's just so fast paced. We have a 30-second shot clock. So if we don't get a shot off by 30 seconds, we have to put the ball down. The other team gets it and they're on the run. So from a comparison to the field lacrosse, same skill set, with the stick and the hands, but really fast-paced and really, really small-sided. You can't run away. In a soccer field, you can kind of run away from a defender. You got the boards that you're going to meet if you are trying to run away from a defender. So a lot of shots. There can be over 100 shots a game. There can be over 35 goals a game between the two teams. So it's just fast paced, and it's just a really entertaining sport.
All right, now the league itself. What's important to know about the NLL, the National Lacrosse League?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're going to be the 14th team, and as I said, these are the best players in the world. And we're in 5 cities in Canada and 8, and now we'll be the 9th team in the U.S. So throughout the states. I think our natural rivalries will be in San Diego, Colorado, up into Calgary, Saskatchewan, Vancouver, and even over to Atlanta, Georgia, that has a team. So it really is. It's going to be in its 35th season. And one thing about our athletes, a lot of them are teachers, firefighters, bankers. They're kind of like weekend warriors. They come in, play on the weekend, and they head back to their regular jobs. So really a unique league of great athletes.
Bob, as far as the DFW lacrosse scene, I think what's exciting is that I know that maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago, people think of lacrosse in America, at least they think, East Coast, but
Absolutely.
It's really growing. And I witnessed that maybe the start of it when I was coming up through school, and it seems like it's only continued to take off, but you obviously know the landscape way better. This doesn't seem like it's just an East Coast sport anymore. It does seem like it's infiltrated Texas in a big way.
Yeah, it certainly has. I'm currently with 3D Lacrosse, and we got markets in Houston and Dallas. And, I've just last 2 weekends been at tournaments with hundreds of teams from the area. So it's really, really growing. I think it's an alternative for a lot of kids that maybe their parents don't want them playing football. You grab a stick, a helmet, and gloves, and maybe some shoulder pads and some sneakers, and away you go. It's relatively inexpensive, and it's just a great game. And any kid that I've coached over time or been around over time just gravitate to it. It's kind of a obsession. That stick, the ball, trying to catch it, trying to do moves with it. I think kids really have a lot of fun with it. I almost think of it just like the skateboard, the fascination with the skateboard. I think kids have a fascination with that stick and learning how to do it. So it really has become a nationwide, North America-wide sport. And then we take it even further and then trying to grow the box game, Jared. And it's growing too. And any kid I've had who came from the field and went into the box, they just love it because it's just so fast paced. It's something new all the time, and a little bit of contact, which the kids seem to love as well.
You might hear on 105.3 The Fan or online promotions for the Panther City Lacrosse Club. The season will start about a year from now. There's a lot of work that, any sports fan knows. Teams don't just show up overnight. I know you're
Right.
going to be super busy. It tease fans because they still got to wait a little bit of time for actual games. But anything you can share with people tuning in about the season, maybe the ability to go to Dickey's Arena, the ability to take in and really become a fan of Panther City Lacrosse or the Panther City Lacrosse Club, and maybe even, broader than that, the National Lacrosse League.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Obviously we just had our initial launch of the name and the colors. Obviously we're working on our jersey, we're working on our turf. So we're going to have announcements on those. We're going to be, we're very close to hiring our head coach, and then we'll be hiring assistant coaches. So we're going to have events built around that, Jarrett. You can go on panthercitylax.com or nationallacrosseleague.com. Lots of videos on there to actually see what the game is all about. It's one thing for me to explain it, but actually to go see it on video is pretty cool. The season they're hoping to get started in April, Jarrett. So folks in our area will have viewing parties, I believe, come April when the league gets started, and be able to watch what the game's all about and watch our future opponents. But we're going to stay in the news. We're going to be very active in the community. One of my jobs, Jared, and our jobs that we think is to foster the grassroots, give kids that maybe don't otherwise have the resources to play our great game. We're going to give them the resources. We're going to get them out with a stick and a ball and let them learn the game. And so we're going to be very active in the community. And we've already had a lot of a great interaction with the community about our great game and our logo. And so really excited about the next year because we can really build some momentum.
Well, Bob, we're looking forward to it. Panther City Lacrosse Club, big news already this week, and certainly going to be a lot of benchmarks between now and the start of the season. We look forward to keeping up with the development and the journey from now until that first game. I know it's going to be busy and exciting for you and so many. We appreciate you keeping us updated on what's going on with the branding. We see the colors. We got what are the official colors? So we got purple. What do we got here?
Well, we got purple, black, gray, and if you look at the logo, we got the red in the eyes, and we also have the Texas Star up above. So we got it all covered.
There you go. Awesome. Well, Bob, thanks so much for joining us here today.
Thank you, Jared. Appreciate your support and for having me on.